All right, we've got Sunday night football for week two. The Chicago Bears are traveling to Green Bay to take on the Packers. The Bears won a crazy weather game last week against the 49ers by the score of 19 to 10, and the Packers lost at Minnesota. I believe it was 23 to 7 was the final. Um, but I think the records aren't. I mean, we're only 1 week into the season, so it's hard to tell. But I don't think the records are indicative of these teams. I think the Bears are going to struggle this season, and I think the Packers may struggle early on just because Rodgers has to form some kind of chemistry with his receivers. But you can never really count an Aaron Rodgers led Packers team out. So, getting into the breakdown of this game, taking a look at the stats from last week, the Bears only had 220 yards of total offense compared to 371 of the Packers. The Packers were able to move the ball on Minnesota. They just struggled to get the ball in the end zone. 260 yards passing for Green Bay and 121 for Chicago, compared to 99 yards rushing for Chicago and 111 for Green Bay. I think Chicago's offense is going to struggle. Justin Fields, again, it's not his rookie year, it's his second year, so he's got some experience, but I don't think there's much around him. I mean, Cole Kmet and Darnell Mooney in terms of targets to throw to, but I don't think the rest of the receiving core is really going to help him out all that much. Similar for Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers is just a different level of quarterback than Justin Fields. I mean, he's been in the league for like 15 years now, and he's back-to-back league MVPs. So I said it last week. I'll say it again this week. I don't like betting against Aaron Rodgers, but if we take a look at the defensive stats from last week, the Green Bay Packers gave up 403 yards of total offense, and the Bears gave up 340. There was mostly through the ground for the Bears, 176 given up last week on the ground compared to 164 through the air, whereas Green Bay gave up 277 through the air and 126 on the ground. I think of that 277, about 190 of it was to Justin Jefferson. Thankfully for Green Bay, they are not facing a Justin Jefferson type receiver this week, so they should have a better time in the secondary trying to defend the pass. And with that passing game, they won't be as susceptible to the run, giving up 126 yards. So I'm expecting a much better performance from the Green Bay defense. Chicago, I don't really know what to expect because with the weather how it was last week, they kind of knew San Francisco was going to run the ball, and they still gave up 176 yards rushing. The passing, I don't blame them much for. I mean, San Francisco was down late. Chicago's pretty much playing prevent defense. They picked up quite a bit of that yardage late in the second half towards the end of the game. But like I said, I don't expect Green Bay to struggle as much defensively as they did last week against Minnesota. And then taking a look at the injuries for Chicago, looks like Leatherwood is for sure out. Velas Jones is doubtful, so he probably won't play. You've got David Moore and Taven Young that are questionable, so we'll see if those guys give it a go tomorrow or not. And then we've got for the Packers, Chris Barnes is on IR. And then Lazard, Bakhtiari, and Jenkins are all questionable. I don't, for based on kind of the reports I've looked at and just different things I've heard on social media. Jenkins is more likely to play than Bakhtiari, and I haven't heard much on Lazard, so that'll be interesting to see if Rodgers has his number one target available. But either way, I think the Packers win this game. The spread, as you can see, is at 10. Um, I'm gonna have to go with the Packers minus 10 here. I think Rodgers in a week two game. I'm not sure what the exact stats are, but I know from looking at it earlier, he's very dominant coming off a week one loss into a week two game, especially in a rivalry against Chicago. They're at home. It's a Sunday night game. I mean, I really like the Packers here, and I really like Aaron Rodgers here. So my pick's gonna have to be Packers minus 10. If you enjoy these videos, I definitely recommend you check out the others on my channel. I'll be coming out with these types of videos for the rest of the season. and for other NBA, whatever MLB. In the future, I'll be coming out with videos for those as well. But if you like the videos, definitely leave a subscribe. I really appreciate it, and then feel free to comment your pick for this game in the comment section below.